What's up, people? It's another banger. I know, right? Guys, how's everyone doing? Merry Xmas, man. The chicken, the goat, everything. For those of you that are not feeling too well, too, we are praying for you guys. Anybody, we just trust everyone is good, yeah. Guys, I know you've seen my previous video. I went to Estonia. I know, right? I've been in Estonia in almost 1 week since I arrived here. So along the line, I met like amazing people, which of course this video is like what you guys have been itching to hear. Everybody want to hear like what's happening in Estonia, how can we come to study in Estonia, are there blacks in Estonia, are people even existing in Estonia, like a lot of questions, bunch of questions you guys have been asking me, right? So we are lucky today because we have an amazing person in the house. Yes, we have Christine. Christine is here, and we are glad she's here because, guys, you know the thing is that she came directly from Nigeria. Like, so it's like boom, boom, like a, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And Nigeria babe she be, you understand? Yeah. So it will be good. So we talk with her, like so many questions you guys have been asking me that will help us to what to do, how to come to study, and every other thing. And apart from that, so another video will be coming tomorrow. Like, we'll be hosting another person, Miss Cameroon, you know that guy too. I met amazing people. I'm so glad I came. So guys, we are shooting indoor, okay? Is your girl great free? Don't forget. First and foremost, if you have not subscribed to my channel, guys, hit that notification button
immediately.
Subscribe now. I don't know why you're waiting. Alright, so Christine, good to have you in the house.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. First and foremost, Estonia is very cold.
Yes, very, very cold. I remember my first time coming here, like, it was very bad. I couldn't breathe well because it was just too much.
I know, right?
Yeah, very.
So, there are like so many countries in the world. We have like 26 Schengen countries, like almost 54 or 46 European countries that makes up the European continent. So, how on earth did you hear about Estonia?
Well, honestly, I have never heard of Estonia before until my sister asked me to check it out. Like, okay, it's a small country, it's very good. I have a friend there, so okay, why don't you check it out to see if you really want to stay in Estonia? Then I went ahead, I checked, I spoke to someone, that's like my pastor. He was like, yeah, he has someone in Estonia. Then, boom, I just started.
I know, right? Who assisted you with your admission?
I have a friend here. Well, my sis. I did most of the whole thing myself because majorly here in Estonia, it's not like you can give it to somebody else to do the gig for you.
Right?
So I had to write the motivational letter, do my transcripts, but it was quite easy compared to other countries. Like, I mean, you just have to write motivational letter. You just need your Tofel.
Yeah.
And that's like.
This is like very, very important, guys. Remember I was telling you guys that for you to be able to study like in Latvia or Estonia or Netherlands or Finland, you need English proficiency test, which is either TOEFL or IELTS. These are like the most popular ones.
Yeah.
So how did you go about writing your English test?
Well, I spoke to someone who does the gig of the writing TOEFL thing. So I just paid him, then I went to write the exam myself. It was quite easy. It wasn't like, it's not something nobody can do. It's just speaking, you just speak microphone because you have to be very loud. If you're not loud enough, the computer might grade you less. So it's not something really hard.
I know, right? And I know like TOEFL is like 3 stages: listening, writing, and speaking. Yeah. So those were like the basic things you did.
Yeah.
So
and reading, it's 4.
Reading. So total point of
84. Yeah, 84.
84 should be able to get the person.
No, you just need like 70. I had 84, but you just need like 70.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, now, so coming from Nigeria to Estonia, this is like a very total different like continent, African continent, and you're coming to the European continent. Yeah. How do they do in terms of the visa?
Okay. This is very, very, very hard. I mean, it was so stressful because I had to check out so many countries. Like, how do I get my visa? I was even thinking like, okay, if I can go to Ghana, then I get Egyptian visa because I have to get Egypt visa to get to Estonia because there's no Estonian embassy in Nigeria. So I have to move to another country before I can get to Estonia. Then that is where the problem came from. We can't issue visa for Nigerians. We can't do this Nigerian. We can't do this Nigeria. So it was actually very stressful and very tiring. I gave it to one guy to do the gig of the Egyptian thing for me. I spent like 150,000. Then he said, then he kept postponing me. Then I said, okay, that's it.
And not African visa? You kidding?
Yeah, the man actually promised me I was going to get it because I couldn't get to the Egyptian embassy at Abuja myself. They said they won't listen to me because most times it's kind of like gig thing.
Oh wow, is that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad. Then the guy still did not do anything even after the 150,000 I paid. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. At the dying minute, something came up. Then that was when I heard about visa on arrival. It's not actually okay. Yeah, I know for Egyptians, like for Nigerians, you don't give out visa on arrival to Nigerians. Egypt doesn't do that. But I don't know how they do it, but the gig was there, so I had to pay like about 800,000.
Again?
800,000 naira.
Apart from the 150?
Yep. That 150 is from another separate gig. So it was really, really
when you say
stressful.
Gig, what do you mean? Is it like a
an agent? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of money for African visa.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah, and I thought I was the only one spending that much, close to $1 million naira.
My God.
Then a friend of mine was like, when I met other guys that we went to Egypt together, it was like, Christiana, you didn't spend any money. I'm like, okay. He said he spent up to 1.5 million naira before he could actually get this particular one.
Like,
it was bad.
Actually get the
800,000. You know what happened was like, his plug also told him they were going to issue him the visa. Just like the way they're telling everybody. But the consular at the embassy is not giving out visas to Nigerians anymore. Especially to females. Because they kind of feel like whenever female Nigerian goes to Egypt, they kind of like,
prostitution.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. It was that bad.
Wow.
But if you just have the right plug, I mean, you're good to go straight.
So now, if I got what you're saying correctly, the most stressful part in your journey was getting the Egyptian visa.
Yep. Very stressful. And it was actually more stressful because I could actually go through other countries like India. But COVID, that was when COVID cases was very high in India. I couldn't go through India because the COVID cases. And
I know Australia, there is a Estonia embassy in Dubai.
Yes, true. I tried Dubai also, but you have to be very fast if you're going to do it Dubai, and you're spending more because I even heard about the friend who came through Dubai. I didn't even know she came in through Dubai. You would spend more, and even it's kind of like fastest finger if you're booking an appointment at the embassy, so you have to be very fast. What actually cost mine was that I was putting all my eggs
in one basket.
Yeah, like I'm going for Egypt,
guys.
Like because I'm like, it's Egypt. So when I was trying to like book an appointment for Dubai, it was filled up. They were only taking 30 people for 2 months since June, July, August. So it's fully booked, just 30 people. So it was really, really bad.
I see.
Then a friend of mine, thank God I didn't even take Dubai. Then a friend of mine who went to Dubai said she missed the appointment date. She didn't know she was supposed to quarantine for that long because I think she's already vaccinated.
That's another thing. I don't get this vaccinated. You're vaccinated and at the same time you're still entering a country. They're asking you to do quarantine.
Exactly.
Like,
so
what's the vaccine for? Like, it doesn't really make sense.
You know, nobody's really sure if the vaccine is actually the cure.
The cure, of course.
COVID.
It's political,
so, like,
my friend.
Yeah, so
now,
it was bad for her too because she had to spend extra money to stay in Dubai.
Yes, of course.
But I don't think Egypt will be that stressful, but you have to plan to spend more.
I know, right?
Like 1 million naira Nigerian money. Yeah, just put it down there, like just in case, because inflation and all that. The right plug is always that high because you just have to do visa on arrival. Immediately I left Nigeria, like I went to the embassy to Nigerian airport without any stamp on my passport. So it was like, it was a joke.
It's
Because
really a joke because
nobody.
I've received visa on arrival before, and I know how it can be. Like, it sounds like a joke. It looks like a joke. It looks like nothing is happening. The first place I traveled to out of Nigeria was Georgia.
No.
I think my visa was on arrival, and it was $20.
Wow.
So when I got there, they were like, "Go pay for your visa," and I paid for the visa, and they stamped. Till I got to that place, it was just a joke. And I don't know. We just went through the Turkish embassy, airport and everything, transit and everything.
Oh, okay,
they were like, "Okay, you're getting visa on arrival." As of that time, but now there's nothing like visa on arrival anymore.
For Nigerians, right?
For Nigerians,
even for Egypt, you cannot get visa on arrival.
No.
But with
all the
all the time, Nigeria is not part of countries that are allowed. You have to get your visa from the embassy. But this one is kind of like, I don't know if it's illegal or something, but legal, because the government, I mean, I stayed at a pyramid resort. It's kind of like a big resort. It's even federal owned. So maybe probably the person who has the gig in Nigeria is partnering with.
Making sense.
So it's kind of like a tour something.
I see.
So I came in like a tourist.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's strictly, but when you get to Egypt, your passport will be collected from you so that you don't leave.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, is that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad,
Oh my
but
God.
you still have fun. I mean, you can always collect your passport from the tourist guy if you need something.
I know, right?
Yeah, so.
And I think Egypt is like,
And Egypt is fun.
Okay. So.
But how can you get a passport? I thought you have to take your visa to the embassy for it to be stamped. And how can you drop your passport at the airport?
No, like you're not dropping your passport at the airport. When from Nigerian airport, my passport is with me. You don't want to drop your passports for anybody because that's very, very a necessary document you need to hold. Then there was no stamp on it. We're like, why am I going to Egypt? I mean, there's no stamp.
Nothing.
Like normally I'm supposed to have a stamp from
Nigeria.
Yeah.
So how do they even allow you to board? Like, really?
It's kind of like an arranged something. So people at the airport.
I see. They're already aware.
Yeah.
They know. So it's like
they knew I was coming.
It's a link. It's a link.
Yeah,
I get
it's
it
a
now.
link. We're not just. It's not just.
You're not just on your own.
I'm not on my own. Like
now it's making
like
sense why
arranged.
the money is more because
And
they
I
get
was-
to sell to people at the airport.
Yeah.
The customs at the airport to allow you to pass without a stamp.
that was even quite easy because we were instructed to go through a particular wing.
Okay.
They were
That's
like,
making
don't go
sense.
through wing B, go through wing E. It was strictly wing E. I went through. So
okay.
so when I just get, I'm like, where's wing E? Where's wing E? So that I know where I'm going to. So when I got to wing E, they kind of like try to intimidate you so that in case you're asked questions,
Yeah.
how do you defend yourself? I'm like, and I even came to the airport very late because I was supposed to check in 12 o'clock, but my check-in was, I came late, so I had to check in like around 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So by the time I get to where I'm going to, like, where they're going to check my, so it was already like 1:40 something, and the flight leaves by 2 o'clock. So I was not stable, and I'm like, God, you guys know what you guys are doing. Why are you stressing me out? So it was really, really, really.
Oh my God.
Then the guy came to me. Then he said, "Why?" Then he said, "So is you? We've been waiting for you since."
Oh my God.
Then I just said, "Okay."
So when you got to the airport, sorry, is it the airport? No. When you got to Egypt,
Yeah.
what happened in regards to the visa? Did you go for interview
Okay.
or anything? Why am I
Okay.
losing my voice?
Sorry.
My voice.
Sorry. We didn't go for any interview. Once you drop at the airport, you just go straight into the airport terminal where you can move into the country. There are people waiting for you, like the tourist people.
It's
They are
making
there
sense
already, so
now.
like they're waiting for you. You see guys from
Okay.
Nigeria, so they're already holding the place card, like so that when you're coming in, you're going directly to meet
I
them.
think I understand what.
So
is
that's how
happening.
we actually. The funny thing was that when we were in the plane, it was so strict that they didn't even want us to communicate to each other. Like it's like we travel differently. Those of us, and we're over 24.
What?
In the plane, going to the same place. It was when the guy was
Coming to Estonia?
yeah, going to Egypt. You know.
Egypt and like.
Yeah, you know Egypt is where you kind of look illegal.
Yeah.
So everybody had to. I mean, if they even said if we're traveling together, we're from the same group. If they ask you, are you for this group? I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Then a lot of illegal things have been happening, and they
Yeah.
decided to just do it the way it is. But we just thank God that everything just turned out so fine. So we see the way it is now. So in coming into Estonia, when you came in, what was that cultural shock? What was that thing you saw and you were like, "Oh, this is different from my country"?
Well, maybe because I've left Nigeria for a while, going to Egypt. Then from Egypt, I went to another state in Egypt to get. I mean, my flight was connecting, so I had to stay in El Shekai. That's another state in Egypt for a while because I had another connecting flight to Rome. That's in Italy. So I've seen shocking things. So when I came into Estonia, I kind of felt like it was even small. The airport was kind of small compared to what I've been seeing.
I know.
So I was not really. But the only thing I don't like about Estonians is like the spit on the floor. It's always very bad.
That is, I think, is almost everywhere. They do the same thing in Georgia. As well, they spit on the floor.
Yeah.
That's common for
Yeah,
whites.
it's called.
Yeah. The first time I'm like.
So when I'm walking, I don't look on the floor.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm like
attitude.
this. Yeah, I don't look on the floor. I always look on. So in terms of you being in Estonia, what do you have to say about their educational system?
Well, I think it's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's very stressful. If you're looking up to doing your masters, you have to be very prepared. I mean, I know how stressful Nigerian education can look like, but it's not like you have to stress yourself like the way Nigerian stresses you unnecessarily. But you have to put your energy into the education because you'll be given assignment, you have to do your assignment, you'll be asked to write papers.
Yeah, I think that paper part, we don't usually do that.
I mean, in
a lot of
right
papers.
now, I'm not writing any exam, but I'm writing papers.
Yeah.
So like you have more to do as a master's student, but if you're coming in as BSc, ahead is more easier because not so much papers, just few exams, and even if it's like you have like about 1 to 3 pages papers to write and like assignments. But the way the masters is like, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do my PhD here, but I don't want to go through that problem.
Okay.
Yeah, please excuse me, Christy. You said something about getting a visa in Egypt. You did mention, are you trying to say that when you went to Egypt, you didn't enter the Estonian embassy by yourself?
No. I actually entered the Estonian
And you were
embassy myself.
interviewed?
Yeah, I fixed an appointment. Just
That,
like
yeah, I was trying. Yeah, I was trying to get. Yeah, I was trying to get that part.
That is
That was I was saying non-apparent.
No. Oh, that was what. No, I'm saying like it was like non-appearance in Nigeria because I didn't get my
Yeah,
my
I was
passport,
referring to-
about
my visa in Nigeria. But in Egypt, I have my appointment booked. So yeah, I went in myself.
And you had interview.
You had
Yeah.
interview at the Estonian embassy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
So what
quite
was
easy.
the questions like?
The question is like, although most times if you've been working in Nigeria before moving, they're going to tell you what were you doing. You might be asked to provide your bank statement.
I
It
see.
doesn't have to be big.
I
I mean, I'm talking about your personal bank statement, not your sponsor's bank
not your
statement.
sponsor. Okay.
Because a lot of my friends were asked to provide their sponsors' bank statements, especially when they know that their sponsors is even in Nigeria and they've been working and stuff like that. I think they'll just ask you a couple of questions. Like for me, they just asked me like, okay, so why am I studying international relations?
I know, right?
Yeah.
They're always
And-
asking.
It wasn't for like that for everyone. And I said, okay. Then she was like, so is my mom my sponsor? I said, yeah. I said, okay. What about my dad? I said, my dad is not my sponsor. My mom is my sponsor. I said, okay, why do you have other people's document here? I mean, you have your sister's bank statement here. So I said, yeah, she's kind of like co-sponsoring. She was like, okay.
I see.
I said, okay. Why do you plan on staying in Estonia?
Yeah.
And I said, I have a cousin here, so.
Oh, really? You have a cousin here? That I do. It's okay. So now, how do you want to talk about the job prospect here for someone studying here?
Well, for someone studying here.
Because you just came. Are you working?
No, I'm not working presently, but I'm going to start my job.
Yeah. So how was
on
it to get a job while studying here for you?
Well, for me, I didn't really stress myself.
This
too
is
much.
where I needed you to come in.
I'm not okay.
It's okay, don't worry, your own is coming, Jerry. Guys, I'm talking about the person controlling the camera. You guys will see her the next video. So how was it for you to get a
Well,
job?
for me, it wasn't stressful.
Oh wow.
I just did like I applied to Starship, Swappy monies. Yeah.
And you got a job.
And I got Swappy and monies.
You even got to.
Yeah.
Poo. Guys, it depends. Some people are just lucky they come and it's like that. Why some people have to go through this rigorous process.
It's not like the pay is high, but compared to Nigeria, it's fair.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So what can you say about Estonian people? What kind of people are Estonians? Conserved people.
Yeah, they are.
All right. So, why did you say that?
Well, I've tried to. I think I've met a few people, but the younger ones are kind of more open. But the ones I've met, I don't like their attitude towards life. It's always, I'm like, okay, maybe because I'm in Nigeria. I'm from Lagos. I'm expecting something more positive, but no, right? It's bad.
I know, right?
No, it's bad.
So, yeah, I get it. So, what will you have to say to anyone seeing this video who is a Nigerian that want to come and study here and that don't want to write English tests? Because I have a lot of people that are going to see this video from Cameroon. That is why they have to listen to a Cameroonian too in the next video so that they will hear her own perspective. From Nigeria, from India, a lot of people are reaching out to me. Guys, you already know I'm into agency. I recruit students, so I meet a lot of students, different age, different sizes, different colors. But the issue is that these students don't want to write English first, but they want to come to Estonia.
I think with the way Nigeria is, I think anyone who is ready to actually go for it will go for it. It's not difficult. Right? I mean,
you guys, you can really hear because I'm like at the
it's
time.
It's just
like,
an English test.
I'm like,
I didn't take any tutorial for it. I know some people go for tutorials for it, but I didn't take any tutorial for it, and I still did fine. Fine.
Because Estonia doesn't give admission anyhow. Lithuania can give you admission within a month, and they deny you visa. Estonia don't give admission. It's hard. But Estonia admission means visa.
Yeah.
You know, but people, I don't know how to keep explaining to them. So, what do you have to say in terms of the resident permit after studies? What are the benefits?
Well, I think it's quite easy, and you get to move around. You can work. The major thing is for you to be able to work in the country you move to.
I know, right?
Once you can work, you can pay your rent, pay major bills. I mean, get loans if you need.
Okay, like for example, in Lithuania, after studies, they get to give students 1 year after studies to find a job. In Estonia, here, after studies, what happens?
You get 5 years. You have to apply for 5 years.
Is this applicable to? What's happening to my guys? The person I came to see is cooking pepper. He's choking me like at the time. Thing will just So, these 5 years, is it applicable to masters and bachelors or just specifically to masters?
I guess it's applicable to masters and bachelors, but I'm doing masters, so I really know.
So once anybody finishes in Estonia, they just give you.
Once you say I think you're entitled to 5 years.
5 years temporary residence. Okay, so guys, you've heard it. I don't think this pepper again. I don't think there's anything I've really not covered in terms of this video. Basically,
I think there's something.
Yeah, please.
Especially for people coming from Nigeria, you have to be careful about your grades.
That's
very important.
Don't be a little bracket there.
You need it seriously, or else you have so much limitations.
Okay.
And if you're coming here basically just for work, you're not really so concerned about your master's studies. You just want to pathway to just leave the country. Then you would really want to concentrate in Tallinn here, look for schools in Tallinn and not elsewhere, Tartu, so that you get a job.
I know, right?
But if you're here for studies, you have to have 2-1. If you're not having 2-1, have 2-2.
For GPA, right?
Yeah.
So anything less than that?
Yeah.
They're taking 2-1 and 2-2.
Yeah.
And
first class.
Of course, first class, they want less rush.
You know, one thing is even 2-2 is not safe because you can only apply to Tallinn University if you have a 2-2 for masters.
Are you serious? Yeah. They're accepting.
It's only for Tallinn.
Tallinn.
Yeah, so it's you are really
2-8.
2-8 is already like 3 now.
That's third class in Nigeria.
Yeah, third class.
So, but in Nigeria, 2-1 is 3.5 and above.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have something high.
Yeah.
Or else, like now when I was applying, I had 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I had option of applying to Tattoo to Tallinn.
Mm-hmm.
I can even choose Tautech if I
Yeah,
want.
anyone.
So I can kind of like see which one picks me.
Yeah.
But for someone who has 2-2, you kind of have to put your egg in one basket.
I know, right?
Or you go to another school that maybe higher fee.
Yes, that's another thing I forgot to ask. How much is your school fees and which university are you? This will help too.
Well, my school fees is not much. It's based on the course you're studying.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing international relations, so my school fees is 1,628
God.
per semester. Per semester. In a year, that's like 3,000 something.
3,000 something. In which university?
Tallinn University.
Okay, guys, it's Tallinn University. You heard it right.
And Tallinn University is actually quite easy to get. The admission process is not so strict like Tattoo. Because I applied to Tattoo. They were kind of asking for too much documentation. I'm like, I cannot spend so much on my documentation for Tattoo.
Tattoo is
When Tallinn has actually, they've already started processing my documents.
Tattoo is a
And
process.
I'm paying 2 admission fees.
Yeah, that was what happened, guys. When I was looking for masters, I paid like all the schools that I applied. I paid
Admission fees.
like they were
But
eating my money.
I kind of like, when it got to the point, I said, enough of Tattoo. I'm not doing Tattoo
I
anymore.
know, right?
Let me just focus on Tallinn.
I applied to one school that rejected me. Your school rejected me. Business, what's the name? Estonia. Oh, the entrepreneur of my life. They push me go one corner. They say you're not blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't even know what I was thinking to apply to this school because I'm not a business student. Like I was thinking since I'm doing social sciences, I can be able to. But me and them are applied now. They rejected.
I did social science too in Nigeria.
Yeah, they should have that was what I was thinking. Okay, maybe I could do management kind of course.
Or there were sometimes, what happened with my international relation, why I was accepted was because in my bachelor's, my transcript showed that I did something related to international relations. It was just like globalization. Economics is more diverse. I did globalization. I did a course again in development economics.
Yeah.
I did another one.
I think schools
Nigerian economy. So it's kind of like, so when I was asked questions, I kind of like told them that I have background in globalization.
Of
I know
course
stuff
you do,
about
like
this thing.
your elements.
Exactly.
Your
So
transcript is like interconnected or interwoven.
So they kind of like, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Not like my grades were so high for the whole admission process because that's not actually my field.
Alright. So guys, I think we've covered like basically everything, all aspects in this video that each and every one of you that really want to come to Estonia, like I've been trying to tell you, or will actually see to it. And another thing I wanted to say is for the Tofel you wrote, how much did you pay for the Tofel?
Well, then I paid 50,000 naira.
50,000. Oh, it's cheap. Now the last time they told me 80,000 naira. Like things are
I
like.
think it's still cheap.
It's still cheap, Abby.
Yeah.
Things
If it's
are
not
like,
yet 150,000.
I know, right? Because the way things just skyrocketed in our country.
I can imagine.
I don't get it. So, Christine, we are really glad you decided to share the experience here. One more thing before we call it a wrap in this video is, since you came to Estonia, have you ever experienced racism?
Well, a lot of people talk about racism.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had one-on-one talk that has to do with that's actually made me feel like, but
Kind of
because the kind of idea we get when we come from Nigeria or from another African parts is that there's racism everywhere.
I know, right?
So I'm kind of like, I'm all like ready, ready. So if there's any kind of thing like that, but one-on-one I've not actually seen something like that.
I know, right?
But they're very closed. They don't want to talk to you. It might kind of be like a sign of racism.
Yeah, it kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good. Well, we know at least we're trying to cope. So now, in a nutshell, this video is a wrap. So I really want to say a huge thank you for taking out your time out of your tight schedule to actually sit here to share experience.
Yeah,
because a whole lot of people are going to be seeing this video and it's going to be like helpful for those of them that really want to come and study in Estonia precisely. So now, what I want to say, what are those advice you will give to anyone seeing this video that want to come to Lithuania to study? What do you, every time I'm talking about Lithuania, what is it?
It's because you're in Lithuania. Never mind.
Yeah, Estonia. So what is the advice?
Well, for me, if you're in any African country or wherever you are, if you really want to move, it's time you move now. Because they're really getting strict.
I know, right?
You don't want to stay another year. You're just wasting your time.
I know.
Because
right?
you never make the decision. That's the thing. If you keep postponing, I mean, I wanted to leave Nigeria for a while, but I'm like, actually, some other time, I just kept, okay. And here I am now, because it was the year I felt like when COVID hit, I couldn't get a job.
I know, right?
Like, I had to, I'm like, that's it. I'm done.
I know.
I'm done.
I get it.
Then I just left. I'm like, I need to do this thing so that I can leave this country.
I have to do it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to do it now.
Okay, thank you so much. So guys, you heard it from Christian. This was the guest we had today. If you want to leave Nigeria, like she said in a nutshell, you have to do it now.
Yeah.
The reason is because things are getting more tighter by the day.
Exactly.
The rules, regulations are getting more stricter by the day. So that is it. She has already told you, and you've already heard everything about the people, racism, the school fees, Tofel, the environment. We've talked about everything, literally how she moved from Nigeria to Estonia. Everything that is a wrap on this video. So guys, if today the first time you're coming across this video, my video, I would say, you know how we do it. Thank you for being part of this huge family. I'll keep coming your way, guys. I'm going to drop another video again so that for my Cameroonian brothers, they are not going to be like my brothers and sisters in Cameroon. You always talking about
Nigeria.
Mother, you're always talking about Nigeria. What about Cameroon? I know when I'm done with Cameroon, a Ghanaian person will say, what about Ghanaians? You know? So, guys, we're going to bring another video your way in regards to how Cameroonians can be able to migrate to Estonia successfully. I do understand that each and every one of you want to leave Africa. It is clear, crystal clear to all of us, but following due process and doing things the right way is the best thing than you going paying agent and at the end you don't get any result. You didn't use any agent apart from the Egyptian visa, right?
I did all myself.
Everything was said. So this is what I'm saying, and it's cost minimal because
Exactly. I mean,
all right.
you
So
get to.
so guys, hit the notification button, and at the same time, don't forget to
Like and subscribe.
share with your friends. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye, guys.